In this video, I want to show you how to use household bleach to change the way your stamped images look. I have used my Petal Doodles range of stamps for this technique, watercolour cards, a variety of inks, lots of water and some various different paintbrushes and of course bleach. I have pre-created my background already on watercolour card. I have added a wash with lots of water and I have used these Cosmic Shimmer intense pigment stains in Tangerine Dream, Sunflower Yellow and Citrus Lime. These are stains are high strength water-based dye ink and they can be added to many craft mediums to get a colourful effect, but they work really well mixed with a little bit of water to create a softer effect, but use them 100% so you can get a really dark image. So this is the Tangerine Dream on this one here. So let me show you how to create that bleached effect. I'm going to do a little bit onto the flower. So I have a small amount of bleach in a little pot here. It's just the very cheap thin bleach. I've got an acrylic paintbrush. Don't use a good sable brush because it will just melt. So add a little bit of bleach to your brush and you can pick out areas that you would like to bleach, and this should change the effect, bleach out the colour, and your background should go white where you have added the bleach. Different colours react differently, so it's worth experimenting. Thankfully, the VersaFine black ink I've used to stamp my background and my images does not bleach, so it stays black, which I think is really, really good. Sometimes I might have to go over it again just to give it a try, because you can see it's already reacting with the bleach. And I think I will do a little blob into the center. It's just another nice way of changing the way your stamped images look. And another thing I like to do as well is add some little dots of bleach, just using the tip of the paintbrush here and there, and as you can see it's developing, bleaching out those little spots, turning the background of the flower white. Again, it's another different look to your images so that you've got lots of variety of how things will look. Let's just go to the leaf and show you what I can do with that as well. So we'll just put some bleach on the center of these little areas on the leaf. Usually reds and purples don't bleach very white. You have a color remaining. You just don't know what you're going to get until you've actually started adding bleach. So again, it's worth experimenting. But these intense pigment stains bleach really well. Also, the Cosmic Shimmer Colour Cloud blending inks work really well. And again, I've just picked out Tangerine Dream and Lime Burst to show you this is for the colour range. I've done exactly the same thing with those as well. And I've put those on with a smoothie applicator. And I have got lots of samples I can show you as to what they look like. So here's one done with the Colour Cloud, so it's a lot softer than the intense pigment stains, but you can do exactly the same thing with those. So again, go for your little pot of bleach and paint where you would like the white. This is the same flower. You do have to be careful with where you're painting, because once it's bleached out, you can't always put the colour back unless you completely dry it and try again, but it won't look the same. But the nice thing about the bleaching is that you get a little variation. So if we go back to my original flower, you can see that it's not completely bleached out just there. The orange won't go away, but I quite like that variation. Here I have got some other samples of a flower I've bleached out. This has got where I bleached out the leaves, some of the floral area there, and that stamp set is actually this one here, which is Petal Doodles Happy Thoughts JGS 857. So it looks completely different, and as you can see, the greeting fits nicely inside. Going back to my background, I have used a variety of different stamp sets to create this card. This is my main flower. This is JGS 862. I have used a stem from JGS 860, and I've used the centre from that one. Here's the background, but I've used the cross stitch here and there, which is JGS 866. And I've gone back to this one, JGS 857, where I've used some of the little stamps on the background that are on this set as well. So all the stamp sets mix really well together. And as you can see now that this is now developing nicely, so I shall stick that onto my base card with some foam pads perhaps, add some leaves like so, and a little greeting at the bottom there. And this little frog comes from another set. Let me just see if I can find him, show him which set. No, this one here, JGS 864. So there's a little frog there. So you've got quite a variety of different stamps, and as I say, they can all mix together. Here's a few samples I've done of finished cards. I do like to do a blob of white on the background sometimes using the bleach. So if I show you how you can do that, let's bring this back, and it's something you can do when everything's stuck in place. Just put a blob of ink anywhere you fancy. Don't have to be tidy. Just, it creates another dimension to your background, and we'll just watch that progress. And when you've finished, just give your brush a rinse in water and let it dry, so you can see it's already developing. And how smart are those dots? Here's some dots on this one I haven't quite finished yet. This is done with a colour cloud. It's a little bit softer than this, but still a really great effect, and bleaches really well. There's one here, so I've created a stem, drawn that myself using a fine marker pen, and I tend to draw around some of the stenciled areas as well. You can doodle inside some of these images really easily. Here I've bleached this out. As you can see, it doesn't go completely white. Here's another one, so it's a similar idea as this one I've shown you. This is all done with the colour cloud. Here's another one with colour cloud. This is done with the intense pigment stains on watercolour card. And again, intense pigment stains. More intense pigment stains. Colour cloud. And all these white areas are all the areas that I've bleached out. Stenciled backgrounds. The stencil I used on my sample I've just shown you is a mini stencil from Creative Expressions. These are really handy little things because I only like to do small areas of a bit of stenciling. There's the flower again. How different does that look from the one I showed you earlier? Completely different, and I've done lots of doodling in it as well using a fine line black pen. This is done with a colour cloud, and that's another colour cloud and another colour cloud. So quite a variety of different ideas, and they're really nice images too, easy to cut out and colour and then mount onto your cards. I hope you've enjoyed that video, so go and experiment with a little pot of bleach and a paintbrush. Experiment first, and I'm sure you'll be really happy with the results. Have fun, and thanks for watching.